As I talk about with our teachers and use our planning time to really work together on what we're going to target, then we really can push forward and accelerate and enrich and accelerate the intervention time as well. And it's critical that that time is protected and outside of that core curriculum whole group instruction.
The most effective way we found is to maintain a consistent schedule. We know that consistency is key in everything, and so we do our best to maintain that schedule with fidelity. And another key piece is having our PLC meetings weekly, where we have those intentional conversations about student learning outcomes. We look at data, take our teacher observations, we talk to push and support during that time, looking at formal, informal assessments. And we use all of that to determine what our instructional time should look like, what we need to be doing during that instructional time, and then we make sure that all of that is focused and flexible to the student needs. So as the students grow during that time, we are changing what they need in order to continue that growth. So our push and support includes people like our speech therapist, our special education teacher, we have preventionists in the school as well. And so all of those people are key to making that time successful and providing not just interventions but also enrichments that are going to push all students to their highest abilities.
So that's what our push and support is doing. That's what we're doing in small groups. And I think if you honestly will probably have to hit that hard in your small groups next year in order to increase your fluency.
On top of that, we're always looking at making sure we have our instructional materials ready, because we want to make sure that instructional time is maximized, and so we need to make sure that all that time is, utilized to the best of our ability.
So one of the main challenges we face is staffing shortages, which is something that all schools are facing at this moment. Oftentimes substitute positions that go unfilled are filled with push and support. So obviously this challenge is out of our control. However, to combat it, because like Sarah said, we've already established what groups need what support or enrichment, and we know they're getting multiple exposures through our push and support and what we're doing in the classroom with small groups. So they're getting an exposure regardless of whether that push and support is available or not.
And another challenge that we face is that these students, we know what sort of academic push and supports they need, but some of them have other required services, such as speech, or they have IEP minutes and inclusion time that they need to be provided.
So to work through that, we make sure that we're on the same page through PLC meetings, team meetings, and that everyone is included in the conversations
Yes.
when it comes to scheduling. That way we can protect that small group time.
We know that especially with the intervention time, that those need to be specific, targeted instructional moments. And so again, it goes back to those conversation. It goes back to what is it that this student needs, or this group of student needs, in order to be successful in reaching the learning goal. For us with COVID, it has meant taking a step back and saying, what are the foundational needs that these kids have in order to be successful with this essential learning standard, with this skill? And we are making sure as best we can that we're all working towards the same targeted learning goal. We're just coming at it from different angles, so those kids are getting several different exposures to it.
And I feel like, just to piggyback off of that, we're meeting kids where they are. So they are getting second grade material through core whole group, but that whole group time is where they are performing and what they need to fill in the gaps that COVID has created. So we know that because our interventions and enrichments are consistent and protected and fluid to what students need, every student has shown or benefited from this time. There's not just one instance. We know that they've done that through their formal assessment scores as well as their application of the essential learning standards in class as well. We were able this year to pull a group of students who needed enrichment, and they work with one of our Title I teachers who is an excellent reading teacher, and she pushes them beyond second grade comprehension and reading levels to make sure that they are being pushed just as much as the students who maybe are not on grade level right now.
That is one thing I have really appreciated about being able to allow or to have one of our Title I teachers take those kids who are ready to soar and they're reading above grade level and taking them at deeper levels of comprehension, because I don't have to feel like, you know, I'm just trying to do it all on my own. I don't have to feel like they're not getting as equal opportunity to go the distance on their own learning level.
I think the most important thing is just clear and consistent conversations and communication to make it all work.
We want to make sure that we're protecting our core instruction, but also that students are getting all their required interventions they need and then some as much as possible. Yes, it is a collaborative effort. There's no way that we could be doing this on our own.